Summertime, many parents are sending their kiddos off to camp, which can be kind of scary for parents. It causes a little bit of anxiety as their kids will be gone for an entire week for the very first time. There are things that could go wrong, but you want everything to go right. That's why we have our friends from Qualchoice. Aaron with Qualchoice is here with what you should do as a parent to make sure your kid has a great week at camp. Kids love camp, so you want them to be able to go and enjoy it, and parents not worry too much. So what do we need to do as we send our kiddos off?
Well, there's a few steps that you can really do to help ease the anxiety, both for you as the parent or caregiver, and also for your kids that are going to camp. First is to know what your to ask a few questions about when you're selecting a camp. You know, what access will your kids have if they do have health care needs during that time? A lot of camps will have nurses on staff. You want to know what the ratio of the nursing to the campers is. Some camps will also have access to on-call physicians. Another thing to concern yourself with is to know how close the campgrounds are to the emergency facilities as well.
Good to know, and that will give parents that peace of mind once they pick the right camp. Once they're headed off to camp, what do you do if your child has a special medical need?
So the first opportunity you're going to have to be able to communicate that to the staff is when you're actually signing the kid up. You give them the demographic information, but you also list out what their special needs are as far as their medical treatments. And so you'll communicate that there, and you never can communicate that enough. So when you're dropping kids off, reiterate what the kids need, and then also throughout the week you can call the camp up and say, hey, are they getting their medicines and so on, and check up on them.
I'll be that mama that's calling every single day, checking in. Okay, so packing is a big thing. It's funny to see. It's become they have these big boxes now. It's become a big thing is to get your big box. What do we put inside that box before we send them off?
So in those trunks that they're going to take with them, you can pack clothing. Obviously, you're going to want to have a lot of light colored, breathable clothing to help prevent heat exhaustion. Also, camps will typically have the sunscreens and the bug repellents, but it doesn't hurt to also pack those for the kids as well. And so for the bug repellents, the CDC is going to recommend at least 20% DEET in those bug repellents to be the most effective. And then for your sunscreens, ideally you want to have at least a SPF 30 or above.
Okay, good to know. I didn't know that about the bug spray. That's a really good tip for any time of the summer. It's time to send our kiddos off. You know, I will be the mom boo-hooing in the parking lot. What do we need to tell them really about safety before they spend the week at camp? Yeah,
so this is a good time. We should send our kids off so they can become, you know, more self-sufficient and be able to handle themselves away from us. So being able to tell them how to be prepared, drink enough water, be aware that they're getting too hot. Also, when they're out at activities in the outdoors in the woods or in the playing in fields, when they come back in, do a full body tick check to make sure they're not getting any of those tick-borne illnesses is another good thing to inform your kids on.
Very important. All wonderful advice. Okay, now we're ready to send kids off to camp. I think I can do it now. Thanks to you. You can also go to qualchoice.com for more. We appreciate you, Aaron. And we're back with more KARK4 News at 12:30 after this.